meet somebody and y'all like instantly click, like y'all instantly form like a cool bond? Well, my next guest is that person. My guest today is no other than CJ Warfield of the group Be On It. First question I gotta ask, how did you even get in the group Be On It?
Well,
yeah, I'm straight for the jugular.
No. All good. So I've had a relationship with all three of the guys for a really long time. Jesse, I've known the longest. We met in 2007.
Dang.
Yeah, about late 2007, early 2008, somewhere in there. But we had met. He was going to Indiana State at the time. I was going to Vincennes, and I came up to Indiana State for a rehearsal, and Jesse was playing the bass, and I was like, "Yo, this dude is killing on bass." And we had met, and we've been cool literally from that day. Me and Joe, we met about 2011. And we were getting ready for a live recording. And then me and Dion, I've known Dion since about 2011 too. I was playing at a gig and I seen Dion on piano and I was like, yo, this dude is killing. So, and then we started a group. And before Dion came in, I met Brandon around the same time in 2011. And Sean, I actually met when we were getting ready for a live recording too. And we had the group together, and then we did Strange Arrange. I didn't know what that was at first. It was one of those things. I was like,
right.
What is Strange Arrange? What is this? What's going on?
Right.
And they showed, and actually it was funny because they showed me the competition in 2012. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. You know, I saw it and everything. So we all started coming up with ideas, and then Strange Arrange 2014 happened. We did the audition. We got in, and then after that,
won.
Yeah.
And that's wild in itself. I mean, the first time y'all go in the competition, y'all win.
Yeah.
That's bananas. That's bananas. And you didn't even know what it was, and you won.
I didn't know what it was, and then it's like, then I studied it. I was like, okay, cool. Like you put like certain stuff on and everything like that. It's literally Strange Arrange was a showcase strictly for musicians. It's like we get to show what we can do on the stage by ourselves, and we just get to kind of flip certain songs, you know. So that's how the Skype came in, and
right.
We were we were blessed and fortunate to do that. So yeah, Brandon had came up with that Skype idea, and we all were like like it was almost so automatic. We were like, yeah, we need to put that in. Like we got in and we were like, yeah, that was the first thing that we put in. So
that's nuts. Well, who's your influencers as far as music goes?
Stevie Wonder is a definite influence. Michael Jackson is another one. Stevie is my influence. My cousin is always gonna be my inspiration. Right. So the reason why I do what I do is because of him. He's a producer.
He mainly introduced you to it.
Pretty much. Like he's a producer, he's a musician, he's a songwriter, the whole nine. Mm-hmm. And everything that he's done, I said I always wanted to do it. And so now I'm in this place where I can call myself a producer, I can call myself a musician and everything. Mm-hmm. And I sent a track. I was like, oh boy, here we go. I hit send. I was like, all right, let me see what he says. He texts back. He said, change a couple of things here. Other than that, I like it. I was like, ooh, okay. All right, we can breathe. I'm
okay.
Good. but we took the suggestions that he said, and I was like, okay, cuz I'll see you. So yeah, that's but it was I held my breath tight. I was like, let me see what you're thinking. He was like, I like it. So,
but you know what? But that's a good thing though, because you know he's not gonna sugarcoat it and be like, "Oh no, it's good." Nah, you need somebody who loves you and cares for you and to tell you the truth.
Yeah, my family, everybody in my family gonna tell me if it sucks. my mom be like, "You tried. Okay, now let me strip this down." She'll tell me everything that I did right, which might be 5 things, and she's gonna have a list of things that I did wrong. Yeah,
But
so
this was
I'm
wrong.
so if I produce something, if I write something, I'm like, okay, I gotta be inspired. I can't force any music. I can't do it. Then there was one track that I played for my mom. She was like, "It's dope. I got nothing."
Really?
I said, "Yes."
Shut up. Now I got you in your face.
I was like, "Woo! All right, cool. I'm feeling good." So, man, I grow out. This is a tough family. As far as music is concerned, this is a tough family. They do not play. Earth, Wind, and Fire is another one. Y'all, you gonna laugh when I say this. B Slade is another one.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh God! You ratched all the way back here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're all fans. We're all fans. Like, and biggest thing is, we're fans of good music. So anything between, like I said, Fred Hammond is another one. Ty Tribbett is another one. Jay-Z is another one. Outkast is another one. So like anybody you can think of that put out really, really dope music, out of everybody, Stevie's at the top.
So
to me
Stevie to you is like Prince to me.
Yeah, he's the greatest. Like y'all, you're gonna see me ball up in a corner when I hear that Stevie's gonna pass. So I'm gonna be like,
when I tell you, I was at JCPenney shopping and getting ready to go to her interview, and my daughter called me and she was like, "Mommy, did you hear?" I'm like, "Hear what?" She's like, "Prince." I'm like, "What about him?" She's like, "Mommy, it's all over on the internet and this and another." I got off the phone, looked in there. Why did I go in the dressing room and cry? Just cried and cried. The woman came knocking on the door. She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Prince died." And she was like, "Oh, I understand. I did the same thing when Michael passed." And I was like, "Oh, I'm just so toe up."
Yeah.
And I went to the interview, mine jacked up. And dude asked me, what are the 3 adjectives to describe myself? I said, I can't remember the first 2 I said, but the last one I said was childish.
Oh.
I did not get the job, but I was so discombobulated about Prince. And then he gives me a tour of the facility, and then on the news they show Prince again, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." I'm like,
You over here crying? Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh," and everybody's like, "Why didn't you reschedule?" I was like, "I don't know. I couldn't think."
No, I understand. I cried when Prince died. I cried. I cried with Michael. I think everybody cried with Michael. You didn't?
No, I mean, I was sad, but it's all about Prince for me.
No,
so
I get it.
So I was sad because it happened so quick. They was like, Michael Jackson fell. Michael Jackson's on his way to the hospital. Michael's at the hospital. Michael's gone. It was like, it was just quick. Mm-hmm. But Prince, it was all of a sudden. It was random.
Yeah, that one was random. Like I boohooed. I had Diamonds with Pearls on repeat. That's my favorite Prince song like ever.
Yeah, is it?
And I told, and I told somebody, they were like, "You really?" I'm like, "I'm tore up." No, like Prince was like your favorite musician's favorite musician.
Yeah.
Like,
I couldn't talk to nobody.
Prince was the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know you couldn't. I don't think I reached out to you. I think about a week or 2 later, I was like, but I was sitting there. I found out.
Yeah.
And I'm in the car. No, actually, my boy Jason called me. And he was like, "Bro, did you hear?" I said, "What?" And he was like, "Prince is gone." I said, like, when I say time stopped, I said, "What?" Yes. And I just cried. And I had Diamonds and Pearls on repeat all day. Like, I was boohooing.
I listened to everything from his first to his last, that for like 3 days straight. I was just towed up. This is how bad it was. I had people I went to high school with call me, check on me. A friend of mine that she moved to Texas. She called me. She was like, "I just want to make sure you didn't jump off a bridge or something." My sister-in-law, she called me and was like, "I just want to give you my condolences."
Wow.
What? We was married. So yeah.
No, that's why
I could totally messed up.
Yeah, I could totally understand. Maurice White, like, he had passed, and like when I said like Earth, Wind, and Fire is like the soundtrack for my family. So when he passed, I was sad. I didn't cry, but my father played Earth, Wind, Fire literally for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight. Like, we were just like, it was all in the house. Everybody was playing Earth, Wind, Fire at some point. So, but yeah, no, yeah, like Prince and Michael. But yeah, no, like for real. When Stevie goes,
I'll check on you.
Y'all
I might just send a text because you might be balled up because I couldn't talk to people. My kids left me alone. They was like, leave mama alone. I need to regroup.
I'm telling you. I'm
gonna see Purple Rain.
Oh yeah.
Because remember they played it at the movie theater?
Yeah, they did. I remember that.
I went to go see it, and that one scene that Darling Nikki where he's laying on the ground I was like, oh God, he's really gone. And I was like, start crying all over again. I was like, I can't handle it. I'm like,
oh man.
I was like, I hope people in church don't judge me, which they probably do anyway, but whatever.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure. Nah, it was funny because a lady, there was a minister a few days after. On that Sunday when he passed, that Sunday, she started saying like all the titles in his song and a prayer. I said,
no, she did.
I was on keys, and then she was like, we love you more than diamonds and pearls. I said, wait, what? Like, hold on.
Well, okay, wait a minute.
Time out.
I love Prince, but don't you sit in
right. I'm like, wait, no, this is not okay. This is what we really doing. Like, she said that. She said,
what we really doing.
Let's go crazy. Let's yeah.
No,
so I was like, ma'am, you tripping. but I could tell, but that showed, on the one end, I was like, we really doing this in church. The other end, I was like, that shows the impact on what Prince really had. Yeah, so that's it. And that's one of those things. I was like, Prince, if you could really see the impact that you had, my dude, like your impact
was shut down and put on purple. Did the church folks have a problem with you doing the R&B?
They ain't said nothing yet. And to be honest, to be honest, yeah, no, they ain't said nothing yet. Most of them are at the Jazz Kitchen, so they come out and they're like,
get off my phone.
No, for real, no, like I'm serious. A lot of them will go to the Jazz Kitchen in a heartbeat. I say I got a show. They say what time? Like that's real. So most of my church, they don't care, which it eases my mind. But even on the still, I really wouldn't care if somebody had an issue with it, because at the end of the day, and I was telling somebody this, I was like, I had, and I'll share this at all times together. I was doing a gig once at Union 50 with the band, with Bashir side and the band. And this lady that came up to me and said, you put so much joy in my heart. She said she was going to commit suicide earlier that day.
Shut up.
Yeah. But somebody had brung her out. Let's go to Union 50. There's a band. You want to hear them and everything like that. And we played the music, and she said we put a lot of joy in her heart. She was about to commit suicide. And that to me meant, that meant more than a whole lot. It even meant more than the check that I was getting that night. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I look at it, I'm playing good music. I'm playing the music that I've always wanted to play. And also, I'm looking at it as a ministry opportunity too. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody to come up to me, I didn't even know this person. She didn't even know who I am. And for somebody to come up to me and say that, it was like, okay.
You're still doing the work. You're still doing the work.
Exactly.
No matter how people want to look at it, you're still doing the work.
Exactly. So, she was like, can we pray? I said, sure. So I prayed with her. And from what I understand, she's living her best life. So
that's what's up.
And I think I came home and just sat for like 10 minutes, really just like, oh, this really just happened. But I mean, like at the end of the day, the work still goes forth, and that's when I knew I was like, I'm here for this,
Because I noticed because I noticed when you post stuff, you always put good music and real music. Because usually when I share y'all stuff, I always say real music, because real music is dying. I mean, real bands. where y'all at? Hello.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these computerized music. I mean, it's a little dab of do it. It's cool,
But dang,
Right.
where the live bands at? I miss the mint conditions, the Tony. I mean, the live. I mean, because I'm a '90s kid, so it's like when y'all came on the scene, I'm like, well, about freaking time.
Man, that's real.
I know, because I played y'all stuff for my husband. He was like, "Shut up!" I'm like, "Oh, these dudes ain't no joke."
Actually, you know what? Okay, real quick, shameless plug. So we're doing a tribute to Mint Condition, July 5th at the Jazz Kitchen. It's 2 shows, 7:30 and a 10. Yeah,
it's 7:30.
All right, bet. Come through. And I'm singing background, keeping us all the way legit, straight Mint Condition tribute, because they didn't have, outside of them, they didn't have any background singers.
No, they didn't.
So we feel the exact same way. We feel the exact same way.
Dying.
Yeah.
Dying. I'll probably lose some people after I say this. The rap game nowadays, I'm really feeling it.
Yeah, you got a few that I'm above, but
a handful, literally. Because the ones that come and go, I'm like, they should have never came. Just they garbage. And even R&B music doesn't really have that feel like you used to back in the day. Certain songs you would hear, you would remember where you was, what you was doing, and sometimes who you was doing it with. Just saying. But the music now is so touch and go, don't have no heart to it. You just trying to sell it. There's no heart to it. That's so true. When y'all came, like I said, when y'all came,
yeah. It's not necessarily we're saying we're on a mission or anything like that, but I've always looked at it in this sense. It's like I owe a lot to the ones that came before me. So like Stevie, and Michael, and Marvin, and Prince, and Quincy, and all those guys. Donny Hathaway, all of them. Like those, they set the bar. So yeah, so for people like that, D'Angelo, Erica, the whole nine, like they set and continue to raise the bar for me, and and it's like now we got PJ, and PJ's putting out extremely dope music. I'm happy that he got a Grammy, and that was one of those. It was one of those. It's like, okay, it's about time. Grammy win was like, okay, this is long overdue. Yeah. So to see him get it, it was like, okay, I hit him up and he told him congratulations. He was like, I appreciate it. And he said, y'all gonna be coming soon. I said, I appreciate it,
Darn right we are. You should have been like, darn right we are.
I was like, that's the goal. That's what we're reaching for. But
y'all be there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, real music is dying, but at the same time, and I tell people all the time, I was like, you hate to look, and you gotta like go through a bunch of crap to find it, but once you find it, try and hold on to it as best and as long as you can.
It's almost like tap or as a tap dance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lost art. I mean, not everybody can tap, and not everybody can play real music. It's a lost form.
Yeah, because I know, tap. Like even for me, tap was still a pretty big. I'm a '90s kid, Yeah, so I grew up in the '90s, and I saw everybody trying to get tap shoes and doing all this and everything like that. And you said it right there too. Like, yeah, that's a lost art too.
Right, because remember everybody was all up on Gregory Hines. That was like the big deal. Yeah. So he was that dude. And then
like
Stomp the Noise.
Savion Glover and
Yeah.
And it's like after that, it just was like, where is it? And you hate to say it like that, but at the same time, it's that way. So
how old were you when you first started playing?
I was 15.
Really?
I was 15.
Actually, that's kind of old.
I know. I started late.
Yeah, I'm like, usually people say about 5 or 6.
No, I was the late kid.
Self-taught, or did you go through high school and learn how?
Oh no, I was self-taught. And then,
self-taught, really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was self-taught, and it was crazy. The way it happened, I was taking music serious, and everything just kind of blew up from there. So it was one of those. I was like, I kind of figured it out, and it was funny because I'm surrounded by musicians in my family. Like everybody, at some point in their life, played something. My mom played piano for a really long time. My grandmother played piano for a really long time. My cousin, he's the music director for Mariah Carey.
Did not know that.
Yeah. And he's one of my, he honestly is the biggest reason why I play. Because I saw him play one day and I was like watching him play when I was younger. Yeah, my cousin's pretty dope. I watched him before I started playing. I was like, I want to do that. It just kind of happened from there. But yeah, I was taking music theory. I was doing, I was in marching band. I was playing trombone. I played trombone for a really long time. And then I put it down once I started playing piano. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I like this. And I stuck with it through college. I got scholarships off of trombone and everything like that. But
get out.
Yeah. So when I went to Vincennes, it was just one of those things. They were like, yeah, here you go. We got some money for you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, cool. And then it was one of those things I would practice for like 45 minutes on trombone and then play piano for 30. And then it's like all of a sudden that would like that pendulum would switch. I would practice for 45 minutes on piano and then I would play trombone for 30. And then it's like after that, piano was just like, okay, here I am.
Can you even play anymore?
No.
What was the first album you ever heard? Do you remember? Was it Stevie?
No.
What was the first album that grabbed you?
The first album that grabbed me was Earth, Wind & Fire's I Am. Yeah, when I say I grew up with for real music.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was the first album that grabbed my attention. The album that I fell in love with music with was Stevie Wonder Songs in a Kid Life. But yeah, no, that was the first album I remember my mom and dad playing literally all the way through.
See, you had that life. I had the life of the only music mom and daddy was playing in the house was James Cleveland, Mighty Clouds of Joy, Shirley Caesar.
Right. We got that.
We had to sneak secular, worldly music in the house and listen to it. So when they would go somewhere, I would sneak in my brother's room because he had the stash, like it was drugs. Yeah. He had the stash, and that's how I fell in love with Prince. It was the Dirty Mind album.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was in the 3rd grade. And dude, I lie to you not. I fell in love with this album so much that I took it to show and tell.
Are you serious?
Yep. And the teacher didn't know what I was about to put on the record player. He thought that I was going to play one of them little kiddie records or whatever. Dude, because he was in the front of the class. I will never forget this. He was in the front of the class and I was in the back where the record player was at.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No. So this little pigtail 3rd grader, I can go back there, pull the album out the bag, put it on there, and I put it on head.
Wow.
That was my jam. I didn't know what that song was about.
Wow.
That teacher flew back there, darn near scratched that record. It was like, baby, you can't play this in here. I'm like, why not? He's like, no, you can't play this in here. But thank you. So yeah, that's how, when I say Prince been my dude forever. Forever. But then the second album will be Rick James. And then was Parliament was the 3rd album I heard. So I was in that era. This filth, Florin filth. Who did the arrangements for the Strange arrangement?
For the competition part? Yeah, we all put a lot of input on it. But Brandon was one that really kind of tied everything.
I mean, who decided what song y'all was going to use? I mean, because y'all used about, 3 or 4 different songs?
Yeah, well, actually...
Or artists, rather?
Yeah, the way the competition was, we had to use one hip-hop song, one main hip-hop song, one main R&B song, and one main pop song. The moment we got in, that's when we all were like, okay, let's all start throwing some artists in there. Let's listen to what we can listen to and everything like that. And it was one of those things we had to kind of listen to what was hot on the radio at that time, or what people still remembered, or, stuff like that. So, as far as the Kanye West, that was Brandon. I was like, hey, Kendrick Lamar is the hottest rapper right now, so we got to at least sample something. The Say Yes over the Skype, Joe actually came up with that idea. The Janae Aiko, Jesse came up with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like we heard it on the radio. Jesse heard it on the radio and was like, yo, we got to use this. And at that time, I actually wanted to use Usher's Good Kisser because that one just blew up. But then it was like, nah, everybody's still rocking with Janae, so let's rock with Janae. And then the SZA part, we actually kind of had to find that one. We really didn't know. One of those, we were like, Yeah, okay, that'll work. So,
Not we had to find it.
No, we had to kind of search for that one, but
it worked.
But yeah, so we weren't really necessarily mad, but yeah, no, as far as the Boondocks, that was me. I'm a fan of the Boondocks from day one. So putting that in, and we all were like, yeah, we want to tell a story and everything like that. And I was like, well, let's end it with this. And everybody was like, perfect. Then Brandon put the Heartless by Kanye West on top of that, and we were like, that's perfect. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
So how did y'all feel when they was like, y'all won? And I mean, seriously, I mean, y'all walked in there fresh out the gate, and been some veterans in there, in this competition, and y'all some newbies, and y'all won.
Yeah, it was crazy because we put everything in the middle of the table. We literally pushed everything in the middle of the table. We put all our chips on the table, and we were like, here it is, accept it, take it or leave it. And we did the sound check. We did the Skype part, and the sound guy muted the track, and we were like, no, let it play. We got something that's gonna go on top of this. So he unmutes it. We came in with the groove. Everybody that was on staff, including the person that was putting it on, Coco, everybody stopped what they were doing. They were like, what just happened?
Wow.
and they knew we had a good feeling that we were going to win. But yeah, everybody stopped. And one person came up to me. They were like, y'all know y'all gonna win this, right? We were like, well, we'll see.
Dang.
But the dude was serious. He was like, no, y'all really are about to like murder everybody. No one has done that before. So we go in there, and there was like two other groups. One group came back because they had won. They wanted to defend the title. Totally understandable. We get that. Right. That's not a problem. Then there was another group that did it before, and they were like, well, okay, well, now we kind of understand it. That's cool. Everybody else were a bunch of newbies. So when we won, it wasn't necessarily a shock or a surprise, but we were excited. We were excited like we just like opened up a brand new present, just on the simple fact that we came in and we did what we needed to do to, and we didn't want to, we hated to look at it in that competition sense, but at the same time, that's what it was. It was a competition. And
how many bands
so when they said 5.
5, okay.
Yeah, 5. And actually there was another band from Indy. And we were proud. We were all proud just on the simple fact that, Indy, I'm like, yo, this is Indiana. Like, we're actually representing from our state, like our city, I like, this is a major move. This is a major thing for us. And we were able to put Indiana on the map.
Right. Not too many people from Indy that's got, Michael and Babyface. Right. But kind of stops right there unless you're talking about the 500, and who cares about that? If you could have any song be your theme music when you walk into a room, what would it be?
It would actually be 1 or 2 songs. If either one of these songs were playing, I'd walk in crazy. It would be DNA by Kendrick Lamar or the theme song to the Boondocks.
No other song, huh? Just those 2?
Just those 2.
Why? Yeah. But why Boondocks though? Besides that being your favorite show.
This is my favorite show. I love like the words on that Boondocks theme is like really dope. I am a stone that the builder refused. Like if you could just like listen to that joint and just listen to what he's saying, lyrically it's actually really, really dope. Yeah, just get on YouTube, type in the Boondocks, and it'll pop up. Easy. Boondocks theme song. Okay. It's gonna pop up. Listen to the lyrics. And it's like you listen to the lyrics, you'll know why I picked it.
Okay. I shall do that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, brother.
You know I got you. You know I got you. Thanks for the phone call, right?
Thanks, folks, for tuning in for this week's episode of Worldly Church Girl. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get all the episodes quick, fast, in a hurry. Also, don't forget, if you have an idea and you would like for me to talk about it on the show, or better yet, you would like to talk about it yourself, click the link below and I'll make sure that I get back with you as soon as I can. And thanks again for listening to your girl, Lillian Harshaw, aka Worldly Church Girl.